everyone, Alexa here from the blog, theduvallhomestead.com. Today I'm going to invite you into our farmhouse homestead for a little late summer home tour. Before I dive into the home tour, I'm going to talk a little bit about homemaking. Flowers have been a big goal for me this summer. We always grow flowers, but I'm not great at picking them. I don't know if this happens to you, but sometimes they just sit in the garden, and I love looking at them in the garden. But this summer I made a goal to pick flowers and refill vases as often as possible, and I have done it quite a bit. So you're gonna see a lot of my homegrown flowers in this video. As I was picking flowers, I was thinking about how I think to myself that picking flowers is hard, and I'm like, oh, I don't have time to go do that right now. I'll just not worry about the vases tonight or this week or something. But then when I go out and actually pick them and fill the vases, it brings me so much joy, which brings me to the topic of homemaking in general, because that's kind of how all of homemaking goes, especially if you are a full-time homemaker, full-time mom. You are constantly doing tasks that seem difficult or mundane or just something that you don't have time for. But then when you actually do them, you are so thrilled about it. And that is kind of the homemaker's dilemma. So I'm gonna expand on that a little bit too. I don't show our daughter's nursery very often, but I did replace the flowers in here, and I got a new little shelf at a vintage antique market, and I thought it would be perfect for this little corner. My mom gave me the inspiration of creating a little, cozy corner right above her little toddler bed here, and it turned out perfectly. Now I'm going to take you into the kitchen and talk to you about some organizing tricks I have learned and show you how I did them. Alright, so I'm going to start some reorganizing in this house. I've realized that we are just transitioning from one phase to another. We still have a lot of our wedding gift sets, dishes, and most of what I've bought in the last 5 to 10 years has been suited for a family of 2, like a husband and wife, or a family of 4, so that we can have people over. But now that we have one daughter who is old enough to have her own set of plates, and then another baby on the way, I'm realizing everything that's a set of 4 is no longer useful, because even if we do host people, like my parents come over and there are 4 adults, we still now have 5, including our toddler, and then there's going to be 6. I'm starting to see the future and thinking, let's not keep anything that's a set of 4 anymore, because we aren't a family of 4 anymore. So I'm realizing I have so many drawers that have sets of 4 napkins, sets of 4 chargers, sets of 4, entertaining type things. And I think it's time to get rid of all of it. Sell what I can, donate what I can, throw out what is not salvageable, and eventually I will get a set of, I think I'm even gonna skip 6, I think I'm gonna go straight for 8 or even 10. Had to shift my camera around a little bit, but I just really want the drawer and the cabinet space. I was watching Lisa from Farmhouse on Boone, her YouTube channel, and she just did a home tour, and she has their family of 9, almost 10. And I have to say, I love following people on social media who have really big families, because I always get really encouraged as a mother when I hear how certain moms get through certain things or organize certain things or do certain things when they have that many kids, because they are always really mellow and calm about it. Whereas if I hear someone talk who has 2 kids, they are usually really frantic. And I actually think there's something to be said for 2 kids that are like ages 2 and 4. I think that's actually a lot harder in life to deal with than a bunch of other kids, because when you only have 1 kid, that you are their world and you're spending all of your time with them every single day. They have nothing else to do. So I think that in some regards, having multiple kids in your house would be really nice. We have neighbors, and our daughter loves to play with the girls. If they ever come over to our house, I'm always super thankful, because they can play together and then I can cook or something. Anyway, I was listening to her home tour, and one takeaway I got from it was drawers and finding spots for things that you may not consider. And I need to be better at that. I tend to think if I'm using something, it needs to be in that room. For example, my hairbrushes or something, that needs to be in the bathroom, right? Well, Lisa had hers in a basket underneath her bed. And that wasn't the only example. She had a bunch of other things in random drawers around her house. And then she had a lot of empty drawers too. And we have a lot of empty drawers and cabinets as well. I just need to put things in them. And even if it's from another room, they need to go in there. So that's the lesson I got from that. And so I'm going to be clearing out a lot of drawers and cabinets and filling them. One of my goals is to clear off this countertop. I don't know about you, but I always have a hard time with appliances that we use a lot. For example, the coffee pot. We use it every day, so it should live on the counter, right? This is an ice cream maker. We don't use that every day, but I am using it today. So that's the kind of thing I'd like to put in this cabinet right here. I'm just gonna try and determine how I can clear this countertop off more. Okay, I made some good progress in this cabinet. It had a lot of, like I said, table setting kind of equipment in it. And I took all of that out. That was sets of 4, and I'm gonna be giving that away. And then I'm gonna move my Instant Pot down here, which is something I use a lot, and it usually lives on the counter, but again, I don't want it to live on the counter. I want it to live in here. And then our coffee grinder, mixer. So these are things that I'm going to be keeping in here. This is how I want this to look, is, you know, just these kind of appliances. Homemaking to me is repeating those same old tasks over and over, but doing it with more love in your heart each time. And I feel like this is something that you learn after doing them over and over. If we look at homemaking tasks as a labor or, quote, work, which can definitely feel like work, especially for a full-time homemaker. But if we look at it as work, then we'll never get a break from it. And that is the problem that I was realizing over the weekend. On the weekends, we like to go out on our boat every Sunday, and to me, that's like a day off. I love being on the water. We pack up our lunch, and everything is just taken care of for me. So I feel like I don't have any work to do, which is why I love doing it. But the other day, our boat plans got canceled, and I found myself feeling so bummed. And it was a bummer because who doesn't want to go have fun on a boat all day? But I realized that the reason I didn't want to stay home and do chores and work was because that was sitting there waiting for me. It's moments like those that sometimes you take a step back and remember that life comes and goes in phases like a wave. Sometimes you have an easy, enjoyable day. Other times, everything seems like work. Okay, so I got all of these cleaned out. The only thing that I'm gonna keep are this set of 6 napkins, so now I don't have to buy any. So at least I know I have a set of 6, and then I'm gonna keep this table runner. But either way, the wave will come and go. When it comes to the home, the one thing I know for sure, and I never felt this way when I was actually working in corporate accounting, which was my full-time job before I became a mom, but when it comes to the home, I know for sure that everything I'm doing is time well spent. I would feel accomplished on my old job occasionally when I would get, a project done and something finally had worked after trying at it for a while. So I'm not saying there's not pride to be had in a corporate job or any job, because there definitely is. But a homemaker's pride is different because it's harder to see on paper. Also, it's somewhat expected, if you know what I mean. If you have a family and a home, someone has to keep it. So there isn't any awards or recognition that's given like you might receive at a corporate job. Of course, it's not always easy to get recognition at that job either, but you know what I'm saying. Simply put, homemaking comes from the heart, and it is rewarded also by the heart. It's rewarded when you see your family eating your meals, enjoying your tidy and cozy home, and when you just put the same toy away for the second or third time that day, even though you know it's going to be pulled right back out. And then you'll get the joy of seeing them play with it again. And then you'll have the joy of seeing it cleaned up. The cycle repeats itself like a wave. I was just going about my daily watering of the backyard, garden, and everything, and I find an egg in my garden bed. So someone has decided to lay their egg in this garden bag. That is so funny. So I might have to put up a fence or something, but it's kind of cute, so I'll just grab that. Hey, just a little chick update. Chicks are really growing quickly as they do. And they're starting to show their colors and their feathers, and it's just so fun to see them transform. The mom is still very much a mom, as you can see her trying to feed them these dried worms I just put down on the floor. She's just so loving and such a good mom. I've never seen a bad chicken mom because I've not experienced that, but I would like to think that she's one of the best because she's so attentive to them and puts them before her, and it's just very sweet. So, don't know if these are hens or roosters. We should be giving back to the owner soon. They are getting so big that they're starting to be able to kind of be more independent, so we'll see how much longer we have them. have cilantro flowers. These are so pretty in bouquets. Our cilantro just grew out of control this year, and the flowers are just so pretty. I love putting them in bouquets. The bedroom is similar to the living room in the fact that I spend a lot of time here, so I do like when it looks nice. I'm going to swap the sheets out. Some of you may remember, if you have followed this channel for a long time, I talk about our organic mattress from Avocado. I will link that video below. It's been over a year, no, it's been almost 2 years now, and we still love it more than anything, which is saying a lot after going through so many mattresses. So if you are mattress frustrated like we were, and you want an organic mattress that is a game changer, I will definitely leave a link for this below, and you can find out more information. I wasn't going to change the sheets because the sheets we have had are working just fine. But when I went to my MOPS group, which is a church-based moms group, we do a lot of swapping of clothing and other items that we don't need anymore that's still in good shape. And so I got these sheets for free from that group. I love the blue and white checkered and then the white pattern for the pillowcases. Perfect, airy, and cozy for summertime. I actually realized that having 2 sets of bed sheets makes things easier wash-wise, because I can wash one set of bed sheets and then put the other one on immediately instead of waiting for that one set to be done in the dryer. So I've really enjoyed swapping out our sheets every few days. All right, well, I hope you found this video and message inspiring and helpful, and you're enjoying your late summer as well. If you're brand new to my channel, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. Every week I post a new video on farm-to-table recipes and homemade natural living from our homestead. Thank you so much for stopping by the Duvall Homestead.